Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your host, Quincy.
Hello. Twitched my back a little bit, so we're doing this over Discord. Hopefully it comes by clear. I'm gonna scrimp the audio from this video and throw it in there, and hopefully those who are listening to the podcast get crisp audio on both ends. Both ears. Uh-oh, did I lose Q?
I'm here.
Oh.
Yes. I'm here. I was responding to the chat.
Oh, I see. The googly wiggle arms. Yeah, well, I'm still gonna hydrate and stretch because
Yeah, so am I. But come on,
my back is.
Try to get her to burn through those points.
Oh yeah, because of what happened last Saturday.
Yeah, honestly, I was a little sad I didn't have more points saved up. I only had enough saved up for like 2 spins.
Mm-mm. I wish there was a way I could just give you guys a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, just so that way we can keep it floating around. But maybe I might even lower down the expenditure for the point ones. I don't know. We'll see. It's a work in progress, as everything is. But yes, welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I just have my lemon lime Ricky and green tea combination, my amalgamation.
I have a cherry Dr. Pepper, which is lacking in all flavor. Either that or my tongue's fucked up. And a cup of coffee. However, I went to a new coffee shop today.
Oh, yeah? Where at? Or, without giving, of course, too much information.
No. I will tell you exactly where it is, because it is not next door to me. So
fair enough.
So it is called Yaw Farmhouse Coffee Roasters.
I've heard of that.
YAW.
Yeah.
It is up on Charleston, not too far from Rainbow.
Okay.
They're like one of the number one coffee roasters in like the U.S. I think is what the award they won. They still are doing takeout only. They're still not doing any dine-in, but they roast their coffee there. You can buy coffee. They gave us a little baggie of Ethiopian blueberry coffee to take home and try out. He says it's one of the best coffees coming out of Ethiopia right now.
All right. I heard anything that's in like the Middle Africans area are just great. Like they take their time and make sure every bean is good.
So I did a. I'm trying to think of how to say it. Yatte.
Yatte
is what they call it, which is a latte.
Okay.
Because it's their name, Yatte.
Okay.
The hot Yatte, which they make their own in-house vanilla. And I got this one with caramel. The guy asked me the sweet level I like. He's like, we normally make it about medium. I was like, a little sweeter. He's like, okay. And Lauren got the same thing, but iced. And they put little mini marshmallows on top of hers.
Uh-huh.
The guy makes the entire thing, then pours a tiny little bit into this like thimble-sized little paper cup, downs it really quick to make sure he made me a good cup of coffee before giving it to me.
That's interesting. But I mean, yeah, make sure that you're getting a good cup and not screwed on anyway. Okay.
It was a really small cup compared to what I would have expected. It was probably about the size of a coffee can.
Okay.
Not coffee can. A soda can.
Did it hit like a shotgun?
I wouldn't say it hit like a shotgun because it wasn't straight espresso. It was a latte.
Okay.
But it was very good. So it's one of those things of like, it was really good coffee, but kind of a small amount.
Not enough.
For $7. And I'm like, it doesn't equal out, Like I'm not sure. But it's hot coffee, and it wasn't so hot that you can't immediately drink it. It was a good temperature that you could drink it right away.
Okay.
In biodegradable cups with biodegradable lids. Even Lauren's plastic cup is biodegradable.
Okay. They
like
carbon neutral
and shit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Even the little baggie he gave us a sample in was the same way, biodegradable stuff. So it's one of those things like I don't think there's anything wrong with the price I paid, I guess, because it is really good quality. I just was thinking I was getting more. And I think I have to adjust. This isn't going to be a daily thing either. You know, I'm going to go in there every now and then.
I can't stretch. I'm sorry. I will pay you guys back for the stretches that are in chat. But hydrate I can do, no problem. One stretch and I'm going to be going onto my bed.
So their menu's actually like kind of small. So they have 5 different types of beans that they sell.
Beans.
That comes in bags or cups. So there's that. Then they've got the drinks, which they have 3 drinks for like the regular stuff, and then they've got they've got 2 drinks. They got the yatte, which comes in hot or iced, Oatly milk latte, double shot organic vanilla, and then from there you can add in additional flavors: white, dark, or spicy Mexican chocolate, caramello.
Wait,
pumpkin pie.
Spicy Mexican chocolate?
Yeah, that's a big thing in Mexico.
Is it?
Mexicans are big on spicy chocolate.
Okay, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying that. That sounds like an interesting cut.
Pumpkin pie and vanilla chai. And then they have the Yahoo cold brew, which is oat milk, organic condensed milk, or you can get straight up black. And then they've got food after that: cinnamon roll, blueberry muffin, oatmeal raisin cookie, almond croissant, and Nutella brioche. That's all. That's everything they sell.
I mean, Nutella on brioche, lightly toasted. Hey, yo. Like, so. I don't, like, you know me, I don't drink coffee, but if I were to have a really delicious coffee drink, I would want a donut or a bagel or just some type of nice savory or sweet bread. And
a Danish with coffee is great.
Oh, yeah. Like, that was how I figured out how to really enjoy Stroop waffles. But I pretty much make a milkshake with a little bit of coffee in it. So
my brother, when he came back from Europe, was so gung-ho about Stroop waffles.
Yeah, it's very good if you do it the right way. Humble Bundle got a big selection this week, or month, because this is the Humble Month. Biomutant is kicking off with Jurassic World Evolution 2. Edge of Eternity, which, if you already have Game Pass, you've already probably played this. I believe it just popped off of Game Pass.
Which one?
Edge of Eternity, if you want to check that out, double make sure.
Yeah, I will check to see if it's there or not. I definitely did not play it, though.
It was a little corny for me. It was very, my brother went off to war and I want to appease him. And I'm like, man, live your own damn life. I'm sorry, I just have a hard time with
That's still on there.
Main character. Okay, so if you have Game Pass, boom, you got Edge of Eternity. But just in case you want on PC, where I believe they have mod support, Heroes Hour, which is a nice little city builder / dungeon delver. Rogue Lords, which is a mix of XCOM meets card playing, where it has a whole bunch of different roguelite abilities embedded into these mechanics. Demon Turf, which I believe is like a very 2 to 3D romp around game, kind of like Paper Mario. Bless you.
Thank you.
It's very cutesy, a very artistic art style that is, I don't know. Me and Paper Mario didn't really get along. I like the story, but not the style. Golden Light, spooky, scary game with very weird. Yeah, I don't know what this is. It's a rusted, Tommy gun. That's cool, but I don't know what this is. I wish I could tell you. Very odd, pixelated. Is that a face? That looks like a face. And then Monster Crown, which is kind of impeaching on 2 different aspects at the same time, Pokemon and Digimon. And I don't know if they can legally do this, but I mean, I guess parody is okay. But it looks fully fledged out. Looks like it's a whole lot of fun. Very old school retroist. Speaking of which, yesterday was Retro Video Game Day.
So here's something funny I find. Xbox gives me the nitty gritty on you. You played Edge of Eternity.
Okay.
Over a year ago.
Okay.
For a whole 23 minutes.
Yes. I don't. I just this it. if you hop into it, you'll see my problem with it. It is actually that bad.
I just find it interesting that in my experience, whenever I look at your games,
Okay.
you don't go past like 40 minutes on a game.
Yeah, it's got to hold me. And that one definitely. To me, it doesn't. Shut up! You have 0 minutes in it.
You're right. You have 41 minutes on Guilty Gear.
Yeah, I've already put 41 minutes in.
No, I'm saying you've barely passed the 40-minute mark on that one.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go back.
So that's what I find interesting.
Love Guilty Gear. That was gonna be one of my stories. Was Guilty Gear Strive popped on Game Pass, and
it still can be one of your stories. I was just saying your
Boom.
You're also at 4 days, 15 hours, and 29 minutes on Fortnite.
Quincy, please close out. I don't ask
8
for much.
hours, 5 minutes on Atomic Heart.
Really? Oh, I thought it was a little bit shorter than that, but all right.
You're almost at 2 days on Deathloop.
Yeah, Deathloop's fun.
You're an hour and 9 minutes short.
Okay.
From being 2 days.
Yeah, Deathloop kept my attention.
18 minutes of City Skylines remastered.
I was running into a bug, and I am going to go back to it. It's just I believe that was when we were starting The Witcher.
Gotcha.
I think. Oh, no, that's a remastered. No, that's the one that just came out. No.
Yeah.
No, it's just I moved. I wanted to see if my save file would move, and it didn't.
Gungrave got 28 minutes from you.
Weird game. Little bubbly, but weird fucking game.
Vampire Survivors got 31 minutes from you.
I might go back to that one. It is very interesting, but it was too early to tell. And that one, I just other things.
It's a pattern I've noticed with you, and I find it really interesting. Gunfire Reborn, 20 minutes.
I have it on PC, and that's where my save
5
file is.
Royale.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Shut up! I am gonna get back into Persona. Honest, I don't need this. I don't need.
I'm not saying that you have to. I don't give two shits.
No,
I've never played it.
That's the Socky.
Oh. Okay, here's one because you talked shit.
Okay.
And me having played it, I don't know. I definitely don't think it's the greatest game.
Okay.
I don't. I find it to be an okay game. It feels very copy and paste from their other games. It's a good game for just killing time, and that's Immortal Phoenix Rising.
Oh yeah, no, I don't like.
You spent 28 minutes.
Yeah.
And from my experience on the game, I feel like 28 minutes wasn't enough to experience what the game fully offers. That being said, I don't know that once you fully experience everything the game has to offer, that it would actually make that much of a difference.
No, it's very Donkey Kong 64 to me. It was a big old collectathon. Get your power up. Go to the next.
First of all, Donkey Kong 64.
No. I'm saying
a special place.
It is a special place. I will admit it was my first expansion pack game, but no, it is a collectathon. It's basically do the same thing over and over until you get a next upgrade. Now you can go back to the places you've been to, open up those areas. If it's a Metroidvania, give me a Metroidvania. Don't give me a 3D Metroidvania that is just trying to make weird Greek mythology jokes that I'm not really getting because I don't know Greek mythology. I know little bits and pieces like certain fables like Icarus, Artemis, etc. Like that. I've named my pieces of equipment after Greek things, but that's it.
I know a decent amount. It comes territory with dating your cousin, you know.
Oh yes, she's a plethora of worldly knowledge, but at the same time, a lot of trivia that you didn't want to know at first, but you're like, okay, that is kind of cool.
Well, when I say that, I have to be clear to people. I'm dating his cousin. I'm not dating my cousin. Because
thank you for that.
When I just say dating your cousin, that comes across very Alabama.
Sweet home Alabama. Okay, that's all I can do. But no, I get the point.
Here's one that blows me anyway. Midnight Fight Express. You only logged 18 minutes.
That one I got caught up in something else. I want to say that was
fun. One you were fucking hyped for. You started telling me I should play.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's a sad day when you logged more time in Anthem.
Okay, I want it. That is similar to Phoenix Rising. Like, I love the mechanics. I loved getting into a little 3-person fire team and just blowing up some people and feeling your abilities out, getting gunplay. Gunplay was great. I only crashed once, but you are right. The damage was done, and then nobody was playing, so I was sitting there alone.
8 hours, 34 minutes on that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, Anthem would have been good.
Here's one that's weird to me. You've logged way more time on Fortnite than you did on Elden Ring.
And I beat
Elden Ring
3 times. New game plus 3, baby.
Yeah. 9 hours. Sorry, not 9 hours. 9 days, 2 minutes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's. I like that they do the stats because I do like to go back and look at my games and be like, holy shit, I wasted a lot of time in that game.
But you had fun.
For instance, I've restarted Shadow of Mordor.
Shudu-Mudu? Yeah.
And I'm probably going to restart it again. I've never actually finished the game. I've just created villains that are too tough for me now.
Oh, you did the same thing I did.
Fuck-ups.
Yeah.
And I've done that twice now.
So
I may restart for a third time.
No. I will teach you a way to kind of you're going to have to play kind of pussyfoot around, but you're going to play like a bitch for a little bit. But I have the best thing because I beat it on Steam, and I think my Steam record's like at 19 hours. Because Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, I've had on PC, and both of those games ran great.
Wait and see. I really liked Shadow. I like Shadow of Mordor too. I screwed that up.
Yeah, Shudu-Mudu and Shudu-Wa. But I mean, I don't even want to think of how much time I remember how much time I have in Gmod. I just don't remember all of it. It is the most time I've put in a game, if you want to call it that. Some of it was a job. Back to Humble Bundle. Quincy.
Justin.
You like Goosebumps?
I never actually read it that much as a kid, and I know that sounds really weird.
Really? Did you have a scholastic book fair?
So we did do the scholastic book fairs, but one thing is money was a little tight in my household a lot of the time. So when I did the scholastic book fairs, it was the really cheap stuff that we'd get. But outside of that, it was one of those things of I liked them, but I'm dyslexic, and I didn't do a lot of reading when I was younger.
Okay.
And I probably should have, and I probably should have focused on them more. I have a great appreciation for them now. I watched the show. You know, that was definitely a thing. If you were beware, you're in for a scare.
The dog barking in the theme song was great.
Yeah, it's actually really funny that we're talking about this through this this bundle. Really quick, 4 days, 3 hours, and 50 minutes on Shadow of Mordor. I have killed 9,417 things. I have died 545 times and had 3 betrayals.
To be fair, I have had that many deaths in Elden Ring in a shorter amount of time. Elden Ring was a pain.
But back to Goosebumps. It's actually funny that we're talking about this right now. So, Goosebumps is in the news right now, but we'll go ahead and talk about your bundle first.
Oh, I didn't know it was in the news, but ranging anywhere between his latest stuff all the way to old classics like the Cuckoo Clock of Doom and the Curse of Camp Cold Lake, as well as some of my favorites, such as Welcome to the Wicked Wax Museum, where you get to choose your endings and follow along your personal chosen story. All of this stuff for $18 for 31 of his pretty okay writings. Some of these I've read and I'm just like, it's eerie, but I wouldn't call it scary.
I mean, to each their own, you know? I mean, certain circumstances are worse. Like, for instance, me and Lauren recently had this conversation. Mm-hmm. Jeepers Creepers does not scare me. The director does because he's a pedophile. But the movie did not.
No, it didn't.
Except the fact that when it came out, it scared the crap out of me because I lived in fucking Texas and it looked exactly like the area we lived in.
Oh.
We had those long stretch of roads of nothing but farmland on both sides.
Okay.
Like, that movie looked like where I lived. And that made that movie fucking scary. Once we moved out of there, that movie wasn't shit.
That movie wasn't jack.
Same thing with the original Stephen King's It. the shower scene when he has to shower at the school and you've got the fucking shower heads stretching out at him. That's what my fucking gym looked like at the school I went to in Texas. And so that was another added thing. So when it comes to some of these Goosebumps things, they may be a little eerie to you, but there may be somebody with the cuckoo clock, you know, that fucking cuckoo clock of doom just really fucks with them.
Yeah, okay.
There may be somebody that goes to camp, so Camp Jelly, whatever.
Camp Cold Lake?
No, Jelly something.
Oh, I don't remember that one then.
It's the one with the creepy-ass freaking camp counselor on the cover.
Oh, with the goo face.
Camp Jelly something? Camp something. It's not on that list. I will find it real quick because I have the access of internet too. But yeah, it's one of those things of like, you know, what may be eerie to you may be absolutely terrifying to someone else because of where they're at.
And vice versa.
Camp Jelly Jam.
Camp Jelly Jam. Okay, yeah.
Which
I'm not exactly
there's a different cover to it now, which is not nearly as good.
Oh.
The original cover of Camp Jelly Jam is fucking haunted. It's a camp counselor, and their face almost looks like Slappy.
Really?
Yeah. I can screen share to you, right?
Yeah.
How in the fuck do I do that? Share my screen.
Yeah. You just have to click.
Go live, I guess?
Yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't fuck anything up.
Wait, are you doing it through OBS?
No, I'm doing it through Discord.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it. Oh, yeah. No, I recognize that one. Yeah.
Yeah. That shit was fucking creepy.
Yeah, I recognize that one.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing some of these, but not.
So what's the Humble Bundle on this? So it's the collection.
It's a collection between some new stuff, old classics, and some very interesting ones. Apparently, the Slappyland, or the Horrorland, I'm sorry, are one of his latest and greatest. And Slappy World has a couple in there. And there's one based off of the Haunted Halloween movie. You remember the Goosebumps shows? Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched the show. The show was good. I liked it. And then they did a couple of other things within the last couple of years where they kind of, it was like a modern thing. It wasn't based off the original books. It was based off of like the Fearland and stuff like that, or Horrorland or whatever it was called. And then they did Fear Street Part 1, 2, and 3, which is based off of his like more teen books. Over at Netflix. And now Netflix has confirmed they're going to do more of that with him, despite the fact that they kind of did their storyline there. They're going to do some new ones. Now, the reason why Goosebumps...
That's not your news?
So Scholastics has decided that they're going to re-release the original Goosebumps books.
That's so cool.
But they're going to go through and edit them.
Okay.
And remove words from them that are deemed offensive nowadays.
Okay.
And everyone's like, they need to stop doing this. You shouldn't go back and change literature, which I get.
I get too.
And everyone's yelling at Stein about it because every news company is reporting that Stein is going back through and editing it. And he's having to come through and he's commenting on every single news article. This is incorrect. I am not editing any of this. I have nothing to do with this. This is Scholastic.
Yeah.
So the words that they're removing that are offensive, one, I kind of understand.
Okay.
Plump.
Okay.
Yeah. Far worse things to call people, but I understand.
I am a little plump, yes.
The other one is crazy.
That might be a bit hitting the broad spectrum of that word, but okay, because it depends on how you're meaning it. But at the same time,
it's not
it doesn't
the
really
R
mean
word.
much. Yeah, no.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing. They also did the live-action Goosebumps movie, which Sox mentioned she wanted to see. It had Jack Black playing R.L. Stein in it. It was pretty good. Me and Lauren actually went and saw it in theaters. R.L. Stein does make a cameo, which is nice.
Nice.
It's an original story. It's set like in our universe where he's written all the books, and the problem is the original copies of the books, if they're opened, the monsters actually come out of them.
Oh, that's cute.
And
that's
so
a cool story.
so that one was pretty good. I did not watch the sequel. It was a straight to DVD kind of thing. And it looks like it kind of stepped on the toes of how the story of the first one ended. So I never got around to watching the sequel.
Oh. But Oh.
I asked Lauren, I was like, what if, multiverse theory,
Yes.
or, if he grew up in a different part of the country. I don't know where R.L. Stein is from. Let me find out.
It's
real
probably
quick.
Maine, where all good horror writers are from.
You know what really sucks is R.L. Stein did the Fear Street books, and I really wanted to listen to those on Audible, and they've never done an audio version of the original ones. He's also done a couple adult books that are meant for like the readers that have grown up.
Apparently, Audible will just have people record their stuff, and whatever you feel like reading, if you have the physical books, and if you do it, they'll just pay you for it.
So I've actually looked into the way that works. You have to put in samples of you reading the books, and you get picked by the authors to do it if they choose.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, you're uploading samples to see if they would be interested. I would totally do it, considering we've got the audio set up here.
Yeah.
I think Lauren should do it, honestly. My issue being the dyslexia, I really stumble on things. So he's from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
And I was thinking, what if he was from somewhere else in the country, or multiverse theory, where they don't say goosebumps, and instead the books end up being called Goose Pimples.
Goose Pimples. That's great.
Reader be weary.
Reader be weary. You're in for a scary. Horbidorg. But this charity helps out something that is to create even more things, which is Active Minds, which helps out YMCAs, kids clubs, anything that helps create more things through the youth. And Goosebumps is a great way to do that. It is some writers out there probably are super inspired by Goosebumps and are making like childlike horror.
I think Goosebumps is definitely a great thing, and I think it's for lack of a better word, it's a gateway to getting children to read.
So what you're telling me is this is a gateway drug?
See, that's why I didn't like that word.
Yeah,
but it's really like my mom dealt with people when I was a kid. You're letting your son read comic books.
Yeah. So pick your poison, whether it's scary, spooky, scary stuff, or superheroes that are beating the living tar out of one another.
Well, that wasn't even the issue. It's comic books. He should be reading novels. He should be reading this. He should be reading that. He should be reading the classics. And she goes, it's a child with a disorder that is reading. I'm going to let him read whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, because that's giving
it's not like I was reading Penthouse.
For the articles.
To be fair, that is where some of Stephen King's short stories were published originally.
Really?
Yeah, Chuck Palahniuk, I do believe, published some of his in Playboy.
But going back over to the Humble Monthly, I forgot to mention the charity that also helps out with this. This I don't really know, but it definitely is interesting. The Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and read. So this seems like it's going to be a worldwide one and not just a national embed. Oh, it's a video. But go check it out on the Humble Bundle Choice /monthly. That's good, dude. Quincy, I had an open segue for this, but now it fell out of my head.
It's International Women's Day.
It is. Thank you. Which also helps out for Humble Heroines, Warriors, Dreamers, and Godslayers, where the female leads get the more productive means. And I mentioned just a tiny little something that they didn't include any of the new Tomb Raider games.
I'm assuming that's a Square thing or something, like...
Maybe.
Like, I don't think it was Humble Bundle not wanting to include them. I think it was these were the companies that were willing to do the sales.
Yeah, okay. Well, one of them being Control. Wait, who made Control? Oh, 505. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, they're cool. Control Ultimate Edition for $15. You get both Flow and what's the other DLC named? Contain? I don't remember what the DLC is, but you get the first DLC and the Ebb and Flow. I'm very interested in playing more Control. I have it. I just haven't played it. Wait, you saw my stats on Control, yeah?
I pulled them up real quick. I didn't check them.
Okay, well, no need. I know it wasn't that long because I remember distinctly going, the controls are weird. I like this story. And then I kind of guessed on what happened. And then I was just kind of getting hints that what had happened had happened. I don't know. But
what I love is the controls on Control were difficult to control.
yes. Batman.
You did play it on Xbox, right? You didn't play it on PC?
Let me check my Steam. It's easier just to check that than Oh, yes, I did play it on Steam. It was through Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Steve, get out of here. Don't look at my 1,400 games that I'll never play because I have bad item permanence. Ugh.
So I never played Control because, first of all, it wasn't around for free and I was broke. And then now it's on Game Pass. But I got annoyed with when it came to Control because it was very much... Control was the video game version of The Wire. Everyone and their mother is like,
yes,
watch this, join our cult.
Yes. Everyone I had ever talked to about it, even for a whisper of Control, they were saying, hey, get in that. It's a good story. And I'm like, I don't have it, and I'm in the middle of... I probably was in the middle of something. But I was like, I'm all right. Don't worry about it. And then when I finally get around to playing it, I feel like, yeah, it does have that little note of you're calm until you overdo it. And then you, spoilers for The Wire, you run someone over with a lawnmower.
I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Sorry.
Hey, you're fine. It doesn't really tell me anything.
Fair enough. I mean, it happens in the middle of an episode, so good luck guessing.
3.
Okay, this is... I think that's season 6, so good luck guessing on when the fuck it's going to happen with, who it's going to happen with.
So I absolutely loved the first season's intro song, and then they decided to do that thing where they changed it's the same song every season, but they had someone a different performance. And I did not like season 2 and 3's performance.
I think I kept skipping them, so... Yeah.
I jammed out to it on season 1.
Okay. But yeah, me and openings, Socky can tell you, I listened to it the first time and then I just keep skipping them. Like,
yeah,
if I want to
skip Peacemaker, or did you jam out to it each time?
I haven't even started Peacemaker. Yeah, I
think you'll honestly, it's just fun. I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, I love John Cena. I love him to death, even when he's wrestling in WWE again. Wrestling. Like, don't get me wrong.
I think he's legitimately done.
He's gonna do one more WrestleMania. I think
it's probably contract based.
Yeah, I think it's also contract based, but as soon as this WrestleMania is over, I think he's gonna be done with it all. So he has one more year, figuratively. Siberia, The World Before. I played a couple of the Siberia games. They're okay storytelling ventures, but they can fall flat. I
own one of them through, I think, Games with Gold.
Yeah, Siberia 3. You probably got Siberia 3 because I think that was the first console release. It's fine. It is a puzzle platform, intuitive game. You got to figure out where to go next, kind of thing. And it's not bad. It's just not my style of game. Let's put it like that. I could see people who would really enjoy these kind of games. It's Devil's Daughter, Sherlock Holmes. Very similar to that without the combat.
Gotcha. And yes, it is Siberia 3.
Okay.
It was a Games with Gold a long time ago.
Pray for the Gods. I've heard some pretty good stuff about this one. It's just a little bit of performance issues. So hopefully they'll have that patched out by the time you decide to play this one. But I actually really enjoy the art style and the active snow for Pray for the Gods. Suena's Sacrifice Hellblade. I like this game. Some of the messages are really strong. Go in with mental safety. Do not go in willy-nilly just expecting one person's story. Go in expecting a real mental trip. Please and thank you. It is strong. Batora Lost Haven. I have heard a little bit of this one. It's an RPG adventure with a little bit of it's a mix between hack and slash and twin stick shooter. It's Fury. It is basically the game Fury. It's just, it also has numbers and it has building and it's got advancement things. I might hop into this one. This one does seem interesting. Sable. I played a little bit of this one on an earlier Humble Bundle Monthly. Very beautiful art style. If you haven't guessed by how I talk about games, I usually look at the art style and the musical style. The gameplay can come after. If the gameplay can keep me there because I want to be there, then I'll stay there. And
He's lying. All he plays is Destiny.
and Destiny's new fucking soundtrack, ayo.
You know, I've never really paid any attention to the music in Destiny.
When you hit Neomuna, I want you just to turn up the music, turn down gun sounds, turn down everything, and just listen to the ambiance. That shit is fire. Just active ambionic fire. It is on fire. It is literally on fire. I think someone should put it out. But yeah, no, Sable, very beautiful, very artistic, big game, good stuff. Dreamscaper. I remember touching this for 5 minutes and then going, "Ooh, this is a overly in-depth roguelite. I'll hop back into this when I have time," and I never had time. But this one I did have on my my gameplay list. I chugged down too much of my lemon lime Ricky. My stomach hurts. And Call of the Sea. This one was fine. It's basically Myst meets H.P. Lovecraft. It's fine, essentially.
I've been meaning to start that one for a long time because we have it, and I never got around to it.
The upgrade from the Xbox One to the Series is actually substantial because on the Xbox One it doesn't have VSync, so you can see screen tearing, and it's way darker on the Xbox One than on the Series. So grab it on the Series. It has the free upgrade because of the Game Pass. But I beat it. It's pretty good. I did a little stream on this, about an hour and a half of flopping around. Fish people. And I mean, you get all that.
I'm leaving.
Okay. You get all that for $15. That's pretty fucking good for some pretty good games. Great games, even. Hell, even one emotional roller coaster for $15. Have you ever played Hellblade?
No. So,
Okay.
Hellblade 2 actually is one of those things that will forever haunt me.
Oh, you played the second one?
No, I didn't play it.
Oh, okay.
It was one of our early episodes on this show where I just saw the briefest headline, got excited, did not open the article, did not do my research, and talking to you on the show brought it up. They're making a sequel to Hellboy, doing a Hellboy 2. And at the time, we had just had the remake of Hellboy.
Oh, the Harbor one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it turns out, no, they're not making another Hellboy. It was Hellblade.
Oh.
And so it'll fucking forever haunt me as one of the earliest moments of me putting my foot directly in my mouth on the show.
Man, same thing with a lot of people. I barely sleep at night remembering something I did back in high school. Like, yeah. I don't know.
It was just the excitement. You know, I was just so excited.
Yeah. But this one here helps out. The Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund, which helps out those who start off just out of high school, get into a summer camp, a workshop, or undergraduate degree programs to get them building more games.
If I mute myself, will it make a ba-ding noise?
No, it shouldn't. It didn't if you just muted yourself. Okay. And the second one is Girls Who Code. This one's another good nonprofit. This is probably in my top 10 of best because this one here gets a lot of money to a lot of really deserving people. Get their games in, get their games done, and have the incentive to keep creating.
I think the charity I have marked on my second Twitch, the non-Ugly Mugs Twitch, the other Twitch.
All right, yours?
Is Black Girls Who Code.
Yeah.
I think that's the one I have right now.
But yeah, go and help out some charities while also getting, as I said, some really great games. So Quincy threw this at me. This was during the Game Awards from last year, and it's an MMO, and I didn't notice it then. So I guess I'm gonna give you guys an authentic reaction to it now because an MMO is not a bad thing, but I love this style.
Dude, your audio went to shit.
I think that's I'm clear, bro.
It was like
Wow.
broken as fuck. It was
Yeah, a hiccup on
sounded
that.
like you were trying to do auto tune.
Ah, sorry.
You were ready for a fucking rendition of "Round the World, Around the World."
All right, let's skip ahead just a tiny bit. Okay, so this one here, Mutators. So it's like a third-person hack and slash with MMO principles. Okay, okay, with a little Monster Hunter. You know what? You know what?
Wait, am I supposed to say what?
If you want,
What?
I'm gonna wishlist this right now. I'm already
So
signed
it's an
in. and everything.
MMO. Wait,
Oh.
are you gonna have to buy it?
It's a coming soon. Add to your wish list. But I also just requested access to the playtest. I've been a part of a couple playtests already.
But my question is because it said MMO and a lot of people are describing it as going back to the roots that Final Fantasy IX, that WoW or not 9, Final Fantasy 11 and WoW and stuff. Yeah, I've seen that image.
This is fucking great. Sorry,
it is like talking about how it's an MMO like those. So my question is it free to play with like the DLCs and purchasable stuff like WoW is? Like Final Fantasy, I think is.
No, Final Fantasy is subscription based.
Oh, Final Fantasy is subscription based?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm wondering. I'm curious how it's going to function, especially since it is coming to multiple platforms. Because the only MMO that is up there, and that's in quotations, that is multiple platform would be DCU Online.
Elder Scrolls
Online. A lot. Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online, I guess. But initially you had to buy that game, and so it's not the same way I'm looking. It was later on that game became free.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And DCU Online is a little rough, and there's a lot that's locked behind paywalls. And so that's what I'm really curious as to, is that going to be the kind of game, or is it going to be a game that you buy and then you keep buying DLCs? So is it going to be a Destiny type of thing? So that's why I'm wondering where we're going to go with this. I know that you don't necessarily have the answer. I'm thinking out loud.
Yeah,
you know?
and I'm trying to find things, but of course no one can post a topic without playing the game. So it's not easy. Did anyone post a? No, it's not even in the open set of it. All right, but yeah, I am keen for this. This looks like a little bit of fun. This looks like I would actually have a good time. This looks easy to run. This does not look like it is that heavy. Everything looks good. I will definitely hop on this. I already know who I'm going to play, just because I like the brawler. Neutral on big buff Cheeto Puff here, but I love punch characters. Punch characters have always been good, and you get things that are specific to weapons from the look of it. So I am really excited to just be able to be like, instead of punching, I need to use blade. I need to use distance. Who would you play?
I would probably play whatever would work best for solo running.
Probably something like a tank then. So probably this big boy right here would probably be a good one. It's
like,
just
I really like magic-based things or being able to attack from a distance. But the reality is pretty much every game that I get into playing that's supposed to have a team, I don't have a team. And so I normally have to build my character to be a one-man army. That's how The Division went down.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah. Okay. Socks, please. Socks.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
No. But yeah, this does look interesting, and they have a little question mark, which means new Wayfinders added every season, which means that they're just going to keep adding characters, and that more reasons just to keep playing. I love this kind of mentality. The only question is, how many character slots can I have? Don't fucking cut me off to only having 3, and I have to pay $15 for each one. That's not what I want to do.
So I don't think 3 is the right number. I definitely think they should have more than that. But I do understand the limiting how many you're able to make thing, because there's some people out there that just make too many characters, looking at my friend James.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's WoW. WoW is you get 3. You get 3 on that particular server. Per server, you get 3, and then when you go to another server, you get 3 more, but you do not get your original 3. You can't move them over.
Yeah, like he bought the extra slots, and there was still a limitation on slots. It was more than 3, but even after buying them, there was still a limitation. He bought the extra slots on DC Universe Online. Because he kept making character after character. It was one of those things where every time I got on the play with him again, he was playing a new character.
And then he started getting used to doing the opening quests.
Yeah, he just ran the opening quests all the time.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I'm here for this. I hope that it isn't just going to stay PlayStation and PC. Hopefully, it flies over to Xbox, because I've been thoroughly enjoying playing on my Xbox a lot more than my PC. There are certain games that, of course, fit PC, like roguelites, card games, that kind of thing. Sure, whatever. But when it comes to my Xbox, I'm always turning that on when I'm sitting down. As soon as I get home, turn on the Xbox, sit down. You know.
The list of things that I wish were available on Xbox is very high.
Yeah.
I, for years, have wanted to play the Star Wars MMO.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like if that were to ever get a console port, even if the console port was like you have to hook up a keyboard and mouse, I would just Bluetooth the keyboard and mouse to my Xbox and call it a day. It's just, it's the comfort of being in my living room.
Yeah.
And it's also the fact that the hardware on that is better than most of the hardware I have options of for gaming.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get some cash together and boost code up. Get him a bigger hard drive.
Get him a hard drive.
He's got one. It's external, but he's got one. What's that phrase? Piece of duct tape will hold just long as you don't need to push it too far.
Duct tape and baling wire to fix everything.
And a little bit of snot. But yeah, no.
All right, I ain't touching the computer anymore.
Code has sneezed in that thing so many times.
Probably explains why it works the way it does sometimes.
It just starts mumbling under its breath. I don't know what it's saying.
It does.
Yeah, it does. But dupe, Starfield just had a little bit of a teaser, because it wasn't like straight up gameplay. It was gameplay through other monitors, and I don't count that. But it did look pretty. I am here for Starfield, September 6th, 2023. I thought it was going to be December, so I'm glad to see it pushing itself to a much earlier date. And we're getting it day one, Game Pass. Hooray.
I'm very excited for that. Oh, we got to hydrate.
Oh, God damn, I just drank.
It's all right, I'm eating Takis. I keep muting myself to have a snack.
I'm just sitting here eating old Valentine's Day candy.
Mine's crunchy, so, The bag's also rather loud.
Oh, yeah. I have it way off to the side. I use my little raccoon hands and grab one, and then I just pull it over. I don't look at the bag. But June 11th, 2023 is going to be a Starfield Direct, which a little on the nose. But okay, June 11th.
Why is that on the nose?
I figured they were probably making a jab at, well, not jab, but a mention to Nintendo Direct.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I will say it's not a jab.
No, well,
I will say it's a reference.
Yeah,
because they have such a good working platform with Nintendo.
Yeah, they do.
Because Nintendo and Xbox are like, let's just be friends and not be douchey bastards like someone else.
There's a rumor in the rumor mill that says that some Nintendo games are going to roll over to Xbox digital only, but it's a rumor in the rumor mill right now.
I don't know what that could possibly be, because there's no way in hell it would be Mario, Pokemon, or Zelda.
Guess what I heard? Odyssey and Breath of the Wild might be moving.
No.
It's a rumor in the rumor mill. Just because
it'll never happen.
Just because they said you guys already have the technology because it's way better than ours, but all you don't have is the touching capabilities and the motion hands. So that's why they're like, we need to make this better. I don't know. As said, I'll keep my ear to that little well hole. I have 3 Reddit threads that are chatting about it. But...
yeah, I'm gonna bet dollars to donuts that doesn't happen.
Okay. I mean, it's either I'll pay you in dollars and donuts, or you'll be giving me some Krispy Kremes later on. Yeehaw! Romancylvania got a little bit more of a character roster. It used to only be a couple. Now it's got a full line of hot monsters and other various creatures.
Yeah, I'm still into the pumpkin one.
The one with the double D pumpkins?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're probably bigger than that, but yeah.
I'm not here to measure pumpkins, man. Because when you look at gourds, do you measure them in cup size?
No, I don't measure gourds at all.
Okay. But more characters, another new trailer that my my freaking browser won't run, and I was like, that'll be okay, I'll watch it later. But go head over to romancylvania.com to take a look at the cast. There's character portrait arts as well as little behind the scenes talks, like quick quips about the characters. Sassy bartender with a heart of gold. That's the Grim Reaper?
Is this going to be streamable based off of some of these character designs?
I hope there's a streamer mode. But it will be on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Epic Games. Yeehaw.
Interesting.
Skadoop. Holy crap. There was a Pandora Direct, I guess I can call it that. And they talked a little bit about their coming up projects. Nothing concrete, just titles for a few tie-in games that they've had, as well as City Skylines 2, which I'm like, how do you make something that's already good better?
I mean, think about how many sequels were there to... It's on the tip of my tongue.
SimCity?
Someone DM'd me. Thank you, yes.
You're welcome. Yeah, SimCity had a bunch, and SimCity 2000 was a difference to the already set plan. But yeah, I mean, City Skylines 2, will probably have better graphics from the look of it. It looks very pretty. Look at that water texture. That's water texture. They didn't have good looking water like this. They had water that will literally, if you put a small little island here, it will flood half of the city. So, I mean, hopefully a little bit better of a water engine. Other than that, City Skylines 1, great game. City Skylines 2, probably going to be a great game with just quality of life and maybe a little bit of HD re-rendering.
Hopefully the music radio stations work better.
Oh, yeah?
They work good.
Oh, Socky, you have just created a devil. I am writing this down.
So they work well, but the problem is like, oh hey, I'm going to stream for a bit, so it has to switch the music to the DRM free music.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go back to playing my game without streaming, and I want to switch it back to the other music. Oh, it starts it completely over. It functions as just a playlist. So every time you start the game,
you get the first song.
You get the first song.
You get Adidas.
Yeah, kind of like that.
For the little inside joke, whenever Quincy used to plug in his iPhone to his car, it'd always be Korn, Adidas, because it's the first song on the list.
Yep. It was something else for the longest time. I don't remember what it was, but then it became Adidas.
Every time I hear
the funny thing is I don't even listen to the song anymore.
Yeah, it's just there and you don't want to get rid of it. To be fair, I'm doing the same thing too, where I'm just like, I'll listen to it again somewhere down the line. I'm not going to pull that song off just in case it
I
runs
did
in.
the year in a review thing, and it gave so many things to Adidas, so I was like, it's not, though. Because, it shouldn't count if I don't finish the fucking song.
I think that too. I think
one
that too.
One of the top ones, though, was the theme song for Peacemaker.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, well, because it's an actual hair metal song.
Yeah. Okay. I'll hop into Peacemaker.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're guilt tripping me though.
I'm not guilt tripping you. I was fucking just talking about the fact that it was one of those things. I even made a tweet at James Gunn about it. You can go and fucking check.
Stop yelling at me.
The song
good?
is good,
Oh,
and
yes.
my brain just broke for a second. The song is good, and I do really enjoy it without its connection to Peacemaker.
Yeah.
If you do decide to watch it, remember this is a sequel to his or a continuation from his Suicide Squad movie, so not the other Suicide Squad movie.
Oh yes, of course. Yes. His personal story continues. Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Skadoop. Lazy. Really freaking lazy. Blizzard
What the fuck is wrong with the moon?
That was the punch that he shot through later on in I think it's the moon. I don't remember when he does it, but he punches something through it.
Oh, okay. I haven't got it for yet.
But in short, you're given 4 costumes from One Punch Man, and they could have looked a little bit better. I will admit, having Doomfist being Saitama, great. Having Sombra portray Hurricane, I believe this is. It's either Hurricane or Tornado. And then Bicycle Man and Genos. Cool. I mean, good 4 choices. There's a couple others I would like to actually see in a, like, sure, they're side characters, but I would still prefer. I give it a solid 6, and Sombra's is probably more of an 8. That's it. That's all I gotta say. And of course, Diablo 4 is having a open beta soon, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
I'm just trying to remember the dates. You say soon, and I'm sitting there going, was it this month, or was that the one that's in July?
I don't think it was. I don't remember. I want to say it was July 13th through the 18th, but I don't recall. My brain don't work too good. I have item permanence issues.
No, March 24th to the 26th.
21st through the 26th?
Oh, early access beta, March 17th to the 19th. Open beta, March 24th to the 26th.
Okay, I might hop into Diablo 4.
I won't. I don't have a phone, so.
No, that's not Immortals. This is the PC one.
No, I know. I was making a joke.
Oh, you have a phone, right?
And it's not just PC. It's Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and Battle.net. I
might actually just grab this on the console. Give my open beta reviews on that. I mean, as well as send some.
You have to pre-purchase for the early access to the.
Oh, never mind.
If
no, I'm good.
The regular open beta, that one I think is free.
Okay. Well, the regular one's 24th, right?
24th to the 26th.
Okay. I'll mark that on my calendar right now. Sorry, everybody. I'm doing business. And 24th Diablo 4 open beta download at 9 a.m. Smiley face. Okay. Any other gaming things?
What is your cursor?
It's Maxwell.
I can't get my eyes to focus on it. It's too small.
Oh, here, hold on. Let me. There we go.
Okay, I see.
And then whenever he hovers over a link,
you gonna do that until Daddy's head explodes?
Yeah, Socky got me into doing these, and I was just like, I just need the small things to make big happy. So I got
happy chemicals.
Yeah, I got my little friggin' wallpaper engine. Just I vibe. Skadoop.
The wallpaper engine's really nice. Like if I had a legitimate PC I regularly worked on, I would do that for sure.
Yeah, having it on the second monitor don't hurt either. While Socks and I are watching YouTube videos, that just having it up on my second monitor is just super nice just to glance at.
I just don't spend enough time on code for me to try to get it to work right because it doesn't work right.
Oh, yeah, I'll figure out why.
I don't spend enough time on code for that, and then there's no way I'm bothering putting it on the laptop.
It's actually very lightweight.
But yeah, I'm just saying the laptop is just.
Yes, right.
I work as little as possible on it just because of how bad it is. The majority of my work is done on my phone and tablet.
Shoe news. So Final Fantasy 14 Online, I played a little bit of it. I have images of this character on my Facebook from a long time ago, and I haven't used Facebook for a long time, so you can only imagine. But Puma decides to join forces on some real-world cosmetics featuring the base game and the 3 expansions in a eccentric blend of, well, apparel. These are going to be all exclusive to Japan. How do you feel about something that looks pretty dang good being Japanese exclusive?
I mean, it makes sense. It's the bigger market.
Yeah, I guess so. I like the little crystals that come with it, the little materia.
My assumption is they looked at the 27 million players that they have and said, where are the majority of them at?
Yeah, but bums me out that, because some of these, if I had stuck around Final Fantasy 14, I would probably get these ones. I like this one. This one's actually really nice. It is a black with like a leatherette, a false leatherette, covering over it with their Puma. I know I can't really say swoosh, but it's their version of a swoosh in a purple with a lilac interior, and it looks so good. I like this.
So I'm looking over at Final Fantasy 14 while we're talking about this. I did not realize they did bring it to console.
Yeah.
It 4 and 5.
It took them a while to get there, but when they did, they also had not this last one, the one previous. Yeah, Endwalker is the most recent one. The one before that, that was when they introduced it onto PlayStation. But I'm kind of bummed that it's not on Xbox. A little bit. Only a little.
Well, it's because of that weird fucking deal that Sony and Square worked out.
That's right. All these look good. All these look fantastic. That's kind of cool. They have the little that is adorable. There's a little tiny pudgy Shiba Inu on the inside of the white original ones with the light blue.
But is there a chocobo in any of them?
Let's find out. Nope.
That's a puma.
That's a puma. That's another dog.
That's a paddling.
That's a paddle. No, there was no chocobos.
Boo.
Nope. Boo.
Boo, Wendy.
You should feel bad.
So yeah, I'm looking at it, and apparently Final Fantasy 14 Online Complete Edition and Standard Edition are available on the PlayStation 4, 5, Windows, and Mac, $59.99 or $139.99. That's the complete edition.
Yeah, the complete edition, but
the standard edition.
It better come with a year of. It better come with a year of subscription for that kind of price.
Well, let me click the details. And then there's Endwalker, which is another thing.
That's the recent expansion. That's one that just came out, I think, January, December, January, one of the two. I remember one of my buddies was getting super hyped for it. Ow.
So no, it does not come with a year. It comes with 30 days.
Fuck you! For $140, you're giving me a goddamn 6-month trial, motherfucker. God damn.
What it does come with is All Realm Reborn, Heavensward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and Endwalker.
Heavensward is the one that was when it rolled over.
Yeah, so it comes with all the DLCs.
Okay, fine.
Which, considering just Endwalker is $40 on its own.
If you're gonna go hard, you might as well.
Yeah, like that would probably be your best deal. Because otherwise, you would have to buy the Final Fantasy. So if you buy the standard edition for $59.99, then you'd have to turn around and buy the digital collections edition for another $59.99, which actually comes out
about the same.
Hold up, no, you spend less doing it that way.
Wait, does it come with every? Wait, does one thing in the full entire collection not come with the complete plus Endwalker?
If you do the complete edition, you get all of it. If you do the starter edition, you just get a Realm Reborn and Heavensward.
Okay.
But then you can turn around and buy the Final Fantasy Endwalker 1 and 2, which comes with Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and Endwalker, which makes it to where you have everything.
Okay, but how much is the opposite cost?
It's $59.99, $59.99 for a total of $116. $120. Versus the $139.99 for everything.
Okay, so yeah.
As long as I'm reading that right, yeah. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Hmm.
I've wanted to play this for a long time, so knowing it's available on my PlayStation is actually rather interesting.
The only question is, do you want to drop that kind of a big bill?
I mean, I would probably just do the 60 and see if I actually like the game.
Fair enough.
Or actually, I would do the free trial.
Oh
They
yeah.
They have a free trial.
And apparently you can keep playing up until a very specific level. You're cut off from a lot, but you can futz around areas. So, I mean, they allow you to explore if you want.
All the way to level 60 with no restrictions on playtime.
Okay, that's it. That's
So if you just don't ever level up your character,
or you max out your character to 60 and it doesn't go any further and you just wander.
no.
This trailer Quincy showed me this morning and I got excited and then I hurt my back again. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Not because of the trailer.
Not because of the trailer, but because I actually got excited. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem with a pretty freaking large cast. Quincy, you want to let us know?
Okay, so let me break a few things down first. The runner for this, like, you know how movies have showrunners?
Yep.
This TV shows have showrunners. I mean, this movie essentially had a showrunner. This is happening because Seth Rogen was running this.
Yep. Right there.
From Permanent Teenager Seth Rogen. The writers on it are Brendan O'Brien, Kevin Eastman, and Peter Laird. I'm pretty sure Eastman's in there just because he technically created them. Probably the same thing with the other one as well. Directors are Jeff Rowe and Kyle Spears. You know them for the Mitchells versus the Machines or whatever it was called. I think it says only in theaters, but I think this is connected to Netflix. I'd have to do some research to double check that.
Wait, who? Paramount, I would figure, because it's Nickelodeon.
Paramount and Nickelodeon, yes. But you know how Netflix likes to buy distribution things. And I've heard a little bit on that, and I'm not entirely sure. It does have the Paramount and Nickelodeon stuff at the beginning. I just don't know. I've heard rumors. I'm not confirming anything. Paramount and Nickelodeon, of course, because they do own TMNT.
Here, I'm gonna. Oh, I can't change the scenes. Never mind.
What were you gonna do?
I was just gonna check the descriptor down below. But I am excited for this movie.
Were you going to check the description about the Netflix stuff? Because it's not going to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm talking distribution things. That's not going to be in a description.
Oh, okay.
So we've got Paul Rudd as Mondo Gecko. We've got, I can never remember how to say his name, Giancarlo Esposito as Baxter Stockman. We got Jackie Chan as Master Splinter. We got Rose Byron as Leatherhead, which she has worked with Seth Rogen before. She played his wife in Neighbors. We got Seth Rogen as Bebop. John Cena as Rocksteady. Natasha Demetrio as Wingnut. Let me double check. I think I know who this is. Yes, she's the female vampire from What We Do in the Shadows. She's fucking weird.
Yes.
Maya Rudolph as Cynthia Outram. Io Edebiri as April O'Neil. Ice Cube as Superfly, which is hilarious. Post Malone as Philip. Hannibal Bruce, something like that. As Gengjing Frog. Let's talk about the Turtles real quick. These are all child actors making the voices actually sound very young. It really makes them more like the preteen TMNT, and I like it. That is not a complaint.
No, it is
not.
I love this art style. I love all of this.
Yeah, I like that the TMNT in this aren't feeling like a bunch of 30-year-olds pretending to be teenagers. It's rather nice. So we got Brady Noon as Raphael. We got Nicholas Cunto as Leonardo. We got Moan Brown Jr. as Michelangelo. And we got Micah Abbey as Donatello.
Who's your favorite?
Mikey, come on.
Okay. Mine was Don.
Mikey.
He made a fucking car, Doug.
First of all, it's a garbage truck.
It is a garbage truck.
Second of all, Mikey is a party dude.
Mikey's a party dude, but I like the smart guy.
Party! That's Mikey. Yeah. I'm excited for this. This is not the only thing in the works for TMNT. They're also going to be rebooting the live-action concept. Thank you, IGN, for the video.
Yeah, thank you, IGN, for the video. You were the only place that had it.
Yeah, this is TMNT, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. But yes, they're also working on a live-action remake.
Really?
Yeah, so they're rebooting again. It won't be connected to the original movies, and it won't be connected to the, what is his name?
I know you're, Michael Bay. Yeah.
He's the producer on those, but he kind of got the top billing for some reason.
Huh. Strange that. Skadoosh. I didn't see this trailer until very recently. And what was the ride based off of? Was it just a random ride?
It was original concept. So the Haunted Mansion is the trailer he's referring to.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
So the ride was just the idea of a Haunted Mansion.
Okay.
And they built a story. Same thing with Pirates of the Caribbean. That wasn't originally anything. That was just the concept of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Jungle Cruise.
All kinds of stuff. Jungle Cruise, yeah.
Okay.
Jungle Cruise, fun fact, Disney originally wanted live animals. And one of the guys convinced him not to, claiming that most time they'd be asleep. Just that way he wouldn't think it was interesting. So this is the new Haunted Mansion movie. This is the remake, reboot, whatever you want to call it. Killer cast.
Great cast.
Until you get to a couple members that sit there and kind of ruin this movie for me.
Yeah.
You have no idea how hyped I was until they announced the cast.
Go ahead and hit him.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis as Madame Leota. Rosario Dawson as Gabby. Winona Ryder as unnamed. Dan Levy as unnamed. Owen Wilson as Kent. Danny DeVito as college history professor. And then you get Hassan Minhaj as an unnamed character as well. Then you get into the kind of problematic ones. So Lakeith Stanfield, who I really like his acting, but I've heard some kind of back and forth on him. I don't know too much on that drama. As Ben Mathias. Then you've got Tiffany Haddish as Harriet. There's lots of drama going on there. And you got Jared Leto as the Hatbox Ghost. The dude is practically a fucking cult. So.
He is a cult. He even called it a cult. How do you call your own cult a cult?
So, yeah. This movie looked like it was going to be really good, too. And now I don't know what to do.
Hopefully he's not in it for a lot.
Also, we have the young actor Chase Dillon as Travis. Did forget to mention him before getting into the problematic people. He
looks like he's very emotional through his facial features. He's made a bunch of faces through the trailer, and he seems like he would be a lot of fun on set.
I was trying to figure out why he was familiar to me. He's in The Harder They Fall, which was a Netflix movie, and that's why he looked familiar. He plays the young version of another one of the characters. So yeah, that's where that movie's at.
Mm-hmm. I'm still gonna have hope. Maybe he's not in it that much. Oh,
I mean, it's three different freaking people that are problematic in this movie.
Hopefully they're all not in it.
One of them's a lead.
Let's hope that hopefully they die early on.
I don't think anybody's gonna die.
Oh, one can hope. Quincy, did you play Tetris a lot?
I played the shit out of Tetris, dude. I still actually own my original Tetris for my N64.
No, let me
I have
ask.
Tetris on my phone.
Oh, yeah, I do too. Would you say you're Grandmaster level Tetris?
No, I am not. I'm pretty good. I won money out of it a little bit when they did that competition thing on the app.
Oh, the Tetris Live? Yeah.
Yeah. And then they quickly ended that, which sucks because I was starting to get into the groove with how that worked because
everyone,
a little different.
Everyone would close out when the ads started because when ads would play, they would generate revenue for them, and that's what they used to give us the money.
Yeah. But I did enjoy Tetris. I'm definitely not Grandmaster level, but I did enjoy Tetris.
But would you want to learn the history of Tetris in a very pretty nice and entertaining way?
You know, I would, because it is really interesting how this Russian-made game went worldwide at a time also when home gaming was still like growing.
Yeah, it was very simple concept, simple music, and it just created a simple thing. and its original name was not Tetris; it was Countdown.
So this is coming to us from over at Apple TV Plus.
Which did they get another gosh darn thing that I'm kind of keen interested on. So Apple TV, you had mentioned, was getting all these like big names and big movies, and
Yeah, so they did Slough House, or Slow Horses is what they call the show, which I really liked. It's based off a book series. They also did Blackbird, which is based off a true story, which has Taron Egerton in it, who is the lead for this Tetris movie.
oh,
So this is his at least his second project I know of involving him and Apple TV Plus.
okay. I mean, heck, if they're good actors, keep them around. But
yeah,
I mean,
it looks like it's going to be a pretty good cast. We've got Toby Jones in it as well. We've got Roger Allam, Mazee Atwood, Sophia Lebedava, I think is how you say it. Ben Miles. It's got a pretty good cast.
Yeah, it looks like some fun and a little bit of heartache through it. I'm very keen. I am very keen to kind of watch this as like a. Wait the. That was a. Who is that? He looks familiar to me without like this looks like Blemish. It looks like a suit or a piece. But
I have no idea.
I'll Google all this stuff later. But very interesting stories. Yes, yes. Oh, Skadoo. We got yet another trailer from John Wick Chapter 4. There was 5 previous to this that were only 30-second cuts from the action scenes. And 3 out of 5 made me go, God, I wish they did a lot more than 30 seconds. They are very gripping action scenes. So if you like John Wick and you want to keep watching really good gun kata, Chapter 4 comes very soon. Do we have a date on that?
We do.
Because every time I was looking, I was not exactly paying attention to the date. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. John Wick is very mesmerizing.
May 27th.
Thank you. That's right around the corner. A couple months away. Just down the road. Something that I didn't know was happening, and I'm glad that is happening, and I hope he's doing well. Jeremy Renner with Renovations starts up on April 12th, and it's basically a reality TV show that kind of follows Jeremy Renner and his friends to just starting up a new hobby, literally, because 3 of them don't know hide nor hair from the sound of it during the trailer on how to renovate like an RV wagon to change it into a different purpose vehicle and help out smaller communities, or just giving out vehicles that have these types of renovations to them.
One of the things I saw them doing was taking a water truck to like a town in Africa or something like that. They turned one of the RVs into a rec center so that it would have a bunch of games kids could play.
It had a basketball hoop on the back and a soccer goal come out the far side of it. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, small additions to a vehicle to make it what it has a better purpose for, instead of just sitting in a junkyard. A few jokes, because Renner apparently is just a comedian kind of individual, likes to play jokes. Tell his associate, you're going to go pick up a couple vehicles, and then when he gets there, his buddy is the one who sold the vehicles, said, yeah, no, they're all his. I was only here to pick up 2. It's small jokes make a big impact. That's me. I like that. Yes. Didn't mean to ramble. This one you showed me and immediately enthralled me. And it's yet another gosh darn Apple TV thing.
Yeah, so this one's Apple TV Plus. This is a movie as well called Ghosted.
Wait, is it episodes or is it a movie?
It's a movie.
Okay, double checking. Sorry.
So the streaming service is Apple TV Plus, but they do movies and TV shows.
Okay.
So this one was at Skydance, and it will be coming to Apple TV Plus on April 21st. Cole falls head over heels for enigmatic Sadie, but then makes a shocking discovery that she's a secret agent. Before they can decide on a second date, Cole and Sadie are swept away on an international adventure to save the world. he kind of oversteps in this movie and gets his just dessert. Is kind of my thing. Like he gets ghosted by her in the trailer and decides to go out to London to try and find her when she's not returning his text messages after one date. And I'm like, that's overstepping. And I'm kind of glad that you get wrapped up into some bullshit because of. So the lead is Ana de Armas and Chris Evans. We've got Amy Sedaris, Adrian Brody, Tim Blake Nelson, who I'm wondering if will ever come back to MCU.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one in the Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton, which is MCU canon, where the Hulk's blood drips on his head right towards the end of the movie, and his head starts to mutate because he's going to become the Master.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember the Norton film.
Well, the problem is that Universal owns all distribution rights to it for a couple more years, I think, or like another year or so. And because of that, it's never been able to be included in like any of the big Disney things that they've done. Like it's not allowed to be on Disney Plus, just like the Spider-Man movies aren't. It was included in the special box set, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like when Disney would do like the big marathons, they that one didn't get included and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Because the distribution rights are over at Universal.
Huh. But speaking of Marvel, I'm glad Chris Evans isn't playing just some big hunky. Well, he is playing a dork similar to the Losers, but
yeah,
but he's like
he's not the action star in this. Ana de Armas is.
Yes, and he's quickly shaping up to be like, if I want to fall in love with this girl, I have to love her for her. And I'm like, that seems like a really interesting arc, considering CIA ain't full of 100% good people. They'll get their hands dirty. So I'm curious on...
I think you're taking that part of it more serious than what this movie means it.
Probably. But I'm curious to know what angles they'll cut.
I think it'll be fun, action-y, rom-com type of thing.
Yeah, very, very rom-com.
Also, looking at this, I'm looking at the cast here.
Right.
It's got... Let's see. It's got a few people.
I mean, Adrian Brody also looked really good.
So it's got Mike Moh. I think that's how you say his name. M-O-H.
Mo. Yeah.
In this. He's actually in the MCU as well. He's Triton in Inhumans, the movie show thing that nobody watched. So.
I was like, I didn't watch that. I don't know what that is.
He's also in like Street Fighter Assassin's Fists. He's Ryu. Blade of the 47 Ronin. He's another Rio.
Blade of the
yeah.
Blade of the what?
Yeah, he's done some things like
really
that.
Obscure stuff.
What you would know him from is Shadow Warrior 3. He's Lo Wang.
No fucking way!
Yeah, he's Lo Wang in Shadow Warrior 3.
Speaking of which, that had Game Pass not too long ago. Hop into it.
But he also plays Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That brief little moment.
That was him?
Yeah.
Wow. I was not expecting that kind of voice to pop out of that. Okay. I can see it. I like it. Ow.
Yeah, but like we said, Adrian Brody's in this. Tate Donovan's in this. Marwan Kenzari, I think that's how you say that, is in this. I'm really bad with names, and I feel so bad. But he played Jafar in the live-action Aladdin.
Okay, that one, that I knew. Now, see, I didn't mind the live-action Aladdin like everyone was hiccuping on. It's not as good
in theaters.
Okay.
It was okay.
It was okay. It wasn't the original animated, but if I showed, my niece, nephew, son, daughter this, I'm not going to be like, there's better out there. I'm just going to be like, hey, it's an entertaining movie that is kind of almost one for one the animated with a little scenes moved around.
I just don't like the live action movies. They feel unnecessary, and none of them have done anything to make them feel needed.
You want a bad one, Beauty and the Beast.
Lauren didn't mind it. I didn't really like the animated Beauty and the Beast.
Okay,
so much
I'm gonna call Lauren out right now, right here, right now. She is a monster fucker. She likes
that was unnecessary.
She finds monsters attractive.
No, it's Belle being the book nerd.
Oh, really?
And Lauren's the book nerd.
But I'm probably not wrong.
Really quick, talking about the original Aladdin made me think of Robin Williams.
Yes.
You know who Kevin Nealon is? He's a comedian. I'm gonna share his image real quick. You'll know his face.
Okay, I'll click over back to Discord. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So he's got a YouTube show he does where
Okay.
he goes on hikes and he gets his celebrity friends to go with him and he interviews them
Oh, so it's
while
like
hiking different trails.
So it's kind
So
of
it's kind
like
of like comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
So he in his first season he did one with Bob Cat.
Goldlight.
Goldwhite,
Goldwhite.
however you say his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, with him.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I did not know this. Bobcat has completely retired from acting, no longer does the voice, and has actually turned full on into writing and directing, and has had multiple movies at Sundance.
Really? I hope they've done really well, and I hope I run into one. Because I don't actively go out.
His movies are a little darker; they're not comedies per se, stuff like that.
Really?
But he was apparently extremely good friends with Robin, and he's like, you know how I realized I was good friends with Robin was I would hang out with him and I would get bored because he wasn't always on. He wasn't being funny Robin Williams. He was calmed down, relaxing, doing what he enjoyed, Robin Williams. So he would go out and hang out with him, and he would just be sitting there while Robin Williams played Call of Duty.
Really?
Yeah, Robin Williams was a huge video gamer.
Well, that I knew.
He would get mad. He'd start cursing and whatnot. And so he goes, so what, who are these people you're playing against? How old are they? And he's like, I don't know, 12, 14. And he's like, so there's some kid somewhere going, the genie from Aladdin just called me a fucking cocksucker.
I mean, that's, yeah. In one way or another, if you are there to do it, but no one's around to hear it, it's the, what is it? If a tree falls down in the forest.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's the Bill Murray, nobody's ever going to believe you.
Well, that one, however, happened in front of another person. So,
have I told you about him with the person's truck?
Yeah, and hopping in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But, I mean, as far-fetched as a lot of stories are, you take a soapbox, turn it on its head, go and do something outrageous, and say, who would believe you? I wasn't here. I have an alibi. And then you flee the scene. Who would believe you? It begins one of those tall tales. I'm sure Bill Murray's doing more shit like that. He seems like the type.
He's a little out there.
It's good. Doop. Sea of Thieves Voyages. Voyages of Legends. Coming from the same guys that did the Elden Ring board game. Ugh.
I find it weird that we broke the movies up, but okay.
Did we? Oh, we did. I'm sorry.
Just no, it's fine. Continue with this. I just found that interesting.
Okay. I don't mind Sea of Thieves. It's just I found the game to be either too repetitive or me keeping my eyes on the back of the head, and I just wasn't a big fan of the watching my own back just to lose all my stuff thing. I don't mind pirate games, but when it's a pirate game where someone gets the jump on me because they are actively looking to hunt me down, that is kind of how swashbuckling works. That being said, I played the game for a while, and I have multiple issues with it. Yeah.
Issue number one is the problem I always run into. I don't have a team, and this very much is a game that works best if you have a group of friends. Issue number two is that there is no common hub. At any point, people can be a problem.
Yes. And
that is a terrible concept for a MMO.
They did a little bit of fixing where one area is kind of a common hub, and you can't fire at people while they're docked there, but it's still a problem.
And then there was just the being shitty to be shitty. It's the same thing I have a problem with GTA Online. We're out running jobs, and the guy that's bought enough money, not even made enough, bought enough shark cards to own the jet, just goes through bombing everyone on the street just for the hell of it.
That sounds boring.
So what I would run into is we would go and we'd fight all the skeletons, we'd get the loot, we'd load up the ship with all the loot, we'd get back to the island where to sell it, and while we're doing that, someone brings their ship around the island and just sinks ours. Doesn't even steal our stuff, just sinks ours so that we can't take the rest of the loot off the ship.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah.
Like, why? Why is that fun for you?
And, I mean, it's a part of the game. Pirates, yar-har, fiddle-dee-dee.
But it's not, because that's literally all these people do.
Yep.
And, the concept of attacking someone else's ship is supposed to be for the loot. They're not even taking the loot. They're just sinking your ship while you're trying to unload your loot, just to fuck with you so that you don't get your loot.
Do you think that'll be the thing about the board game, where you have to sink everyone else's ship?
Probably not.
I don't know. But I went into the little shop of magic recently, hell, I was messaging you about it, and I found the Elden Ring game, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this box is huge. If it's even half the size, this game is gonna be just a big game to play on a big table. Sock says this board game is literally Battleship. I mean, yeah, kind of. But if it's done by those guys that did the Elden Ring one, there's probably gonna be some really nice looking unpainted figure. Oh, Steamforge Games, yeah, it's gonna be really nice looking unpainted minis that you can paint yourself. They don't mind that you're doing that, and they actually encourage it. They have paint sets that they sell as well, so you can paint it the way you're wanting with the color schemes. Wait. Oh, they did 1, 2, and 3. I remember them doing the board games for Resident Evil 1 and 2, but I didn't know they did it for 3. And they did Monster Hunter World? Hey, yo! I'll have to take a look at that later on, but good to know they're still making a lot of really good video game adapted games. Doop! Now, when I first saw this, I saw it at a smaller thing. I did not notice this thing here in the middle. But when I looked at it, I was like, what the hell is this, Spaceballs 2? And you were like, no. No.
A disturbance in the force. A documentary I didn't know I needed, but I do need. Investigating the infamous The Star Wars Holiday Special from 1978 with a behind-the-scenes story of how it got made. I love fun documentaries like this. Like, this is my bread and butter of documentaries. Like, I'm not the guy that watches the fucking shit about 3 Mile Isle or watches the Civil War documentaries or watches all the murderer ones. Like, don't get me wrong, Lauren was watching the murderer one before I came up here. That seemed really interesting. Just because I was like, where is this going to go? How is this going to go from an accidental death to full-blown murder? And that was kind of interesting to me. But I watched, like, the Toys That Made Us, the Movies That Made Us, Pepsi, Where the Fuck's My Jet? Things like that. So this is right up my alleyway of fun documentaries, and I cannot wait. It's got all kinds of people interviewed. It's going to be a little pull at the heartstrings because Gilbert Gottfried is part of this.
Yeah.
But we got Seth Green, Weird Al, Bruce Valanche, Danny Osmond, all kinds of people. Kevin Smith.
Is Kevin Smith really in that? Really?
Yeah, he was interviewed for it too. It wasn't on the IMDb page for some reason. Maybe if you go full cast and crew, but he's in the trailer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it still doesn't have him when you do full cast and crew, but he is in the trailer. So this is hitting a film festival. So it's going to have 3 different days that it's releasing. If you go to the website that they show at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, I pulled it up for a second. Or I had it there for a sec.
That'll be how people can... I'm not telling you to go there, but I'm telling people to go there. That'll be how you can buy your tickets and find out the 3 locations, because it's like Friday it's at one place, Saturday it's at another, Sunday it's at another. HolidaySpecialDoc.com. That's how you'll be able to watch it. And then you can also sign up for a newsletter type of thing to let you know when it's actually becoming available outside of that and where.
Hopefully
it'll be doing.
Yeah, hopefully it's got a nice digital release. I like this poster.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
This poster actually looks kind of interesting.
Have you ever watched the holiday special?
Bits and pieces.
Okay, it's not good.
I from what I saw, it was not good.
No, in fact, George Lucas, I do believe, I've always understood it that he swore that he would find every copy and destroy it. Granted, this was before the concept of the internet.
Yeah, someone's probably already threw it out there somewhere.
No, I've literally watched it in full on YouTube with riff tracks.
Oh, then yeah.
It's out there forever. There's no getting rid of it now. Too late.
Good luck, George.
So, that's everything we got today.
That is everything we got today. Thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully I'll be back in the studio next week with a well-repaired back. These thermal patches are doing wonders, I can say, but I don't know if it'll do miracles. You want me to do the rundown?
Yeah, go ahead.
Remember to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a friend of me. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to follow us on our socials. The Twitters are down in the description as well. Go ahead and give us a chat. We do like talking. Remember to check out the Humble Bundle. Help out some charities that we've already talked about. Help out with Dubby by going over to dubby.gg and using the code UglyMugs for 10% off. And then still pending on on another affiliate that hopefully soon.
No, let's not give them any credit until they do.
I know.
I'm greedy.
I actually photoshopped up a picture and a tagline for them. Like, I'm like, I want to make some money off that one. That one's a pretty.
We got hit with a hydrate right at the end.
Okay, I'll hydrate real quick, and then I'll do the little last bits.
The hell was that?
It was the squeak of my big old container of Ricky. I like to keep it fresh.
No, I'm not judging. It was just a funny noise.
He felt funny.
She felt funny. I just got Wise Guys, the audiobook. It's the true story that Goodfellas is based off of.
Oh,
and I find it really interesting. The introduction's done by Martin Scorsese.
Oh,
yeah,
it probably sounds real good.
I haven't listened to it yet. I just got it today.
Mm-hmm. Do we have? I will need to get the link for Hero Forge. I'll throw it in the new descriptors. But we do have Hero Forge. Use the link down in our new description and get yourself some nice minis for your D&D or other various games. They added even more sci-fi stuff, so go and check that out. And then last but not least, at the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, until the end of time, remember to love one another. It is free to do, and it is quite simple. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone.